So hopefully I look okay. The display on this camera is getting really bad. I look like a cartoon now. So I just went out for a nice little night tour. Actually I don't need these on. I wanted to do this before I left because I didn't write anything down. There's a bunch of things I wanted to talk about and I didn't want to get distracted by enjoying a night tour and forget about what I was talking about. Unfortunately, it's rainy right now and I had a very short window between periods of rain and I wanted to get back before it rained again, but apparently the window was smaller than I thought. It started raining before I got back. But it didn't really matter because it was drizzly the whole time I was out anyways. And for some reason, drizzle doesn't show up on the radar. It looks like it's clear, but it's not. So, I don't know the science behind that, but all I know is I got wet. So, I'll try to show this tour. I have no idea what it looks like. Night tours in the rain usually don't work out all that well, but I remembered to wipe the camera lens off every time I stop somewhere, so hopefully it won't be too bad. I get to start off with a clear screen anyways. But it's nice. It's not. It's above freezing right now. Where? Oh, there it is. Couldn't find my thermometer. My thermometer. This is reading about 2.5 degrees Celsius. Make sure it's vertical. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It looks like about 37-ish. So, actually I'm going to put that back where it's supposed to be. It wasn't too bad. Definitely needed gloves, but my gloves are wet now, so not to be surprised. So I was bored. Done everything for tonight. I was bored, so I didn't go out yesterday at all. I just wanted to go out and get some fresh air. And get me a nice little tour in. I can't do a long tour like I normally do because it's, these temperatures the batteries don't last too long. So I got a new charger. It don't work. Plugged it in, turned it on. It seemed to work. It's got the 4 charging lights on it. 3 were solid and the 4th one was flashing. It was very quiet. I had no noise from it whatsoever. So I wasn't sure if the cooling fan was working. I had to actually look at it close. It was actually working. It was just quiet. I'm not used to that. I don't know if you can hear it. The S950's charger is going. The cooling fan's really loud in it. And it's actually slowed down a bit because it's been charging for a little while since I've been out here. Or since I got back. But yeah, it looked like it was working. I come out the next day. Monster's charger or charge meter monitor thing said it was full. So I was thinking, oh cool, that worked. Then I went out and quickly lost the first 3 bars within the first block. Which is about where I left off, from the day before. So it didn't charge the batteries at all. And also when I came out, it had stopped. All four of the charging lights were full, which made me think the batteries were full. Nope. So it didn't charge the batteries at all. So I'm not reading my comments on the video where I mentioned or showed it that I purchased. I can't talk tonight. Where I purchased it, and I can't remember who it was. One of you guys told me that you had the same one and it quit working after a month, I think it was. So after it didn't work, I got looking at the reviews on it, which I should have done before I bought it. Don't buy it. Apparently not working the first time is common. A lot of comments said that it didn't work the first 2 or 3 times, and most of the comments stated it quit working after 2 or 3 months, so it's garbage. So I've already sent it back. Amazon has issued my refund. It hasn't shown up back on my card yet, but it usually takes a few days after, they send the money back. So I tell ya, I've been buying off of Amazon since 2010, 2011, something like that. And just the last few months, I've had to send back more garbage that hasn't worked than the whole time I've been buying from Amazon. It's insane. The garbage that they're selling is just not working. It's not that I don't like it. It's not what the description stated. It doesn't do what I want it to do. It doesn't suit what I wanted it for. It's nothing like that. It just plain doesn't work. Garbage. It's insane. They spend more money on shipping than they do selling their product. The people that are selling this garbage. So do they not understand it's going to come back? And they're the ones that have to pay it. I don't know if Amazon pays it or if the actual seller pays it, but I pay for shipping to get it to me, and then I send it back. I get a full refund, including the shipping. Somebody's got to pay for that shipping, right? Both ways. So, to me, that's the seller. It's raining harder now. I can hear it. It was nice, though. It was a nice trip. So, good news is that check was not cashed. So, a new one has been issued, and my sister's already sent it. It's on its way. She's got a tracking number this time. I think I would have, sent it registered. It cost a little bit more, but it has to be signed for to be picked up. So, that would be my preferred way to go. But, tracking number still works. You know where it is. You know when it has arrived. So that's good news. I kind of think there was something else I was going to say about that, but I can't think of it. That's why I wanted to do this before I left. But if I did, I'd be getting rained on pretty good right now. Because I can actually hear it. So, when I got out there, I really wish my overhead light was working. It's not working. And I can't change it yet. Well, I can, but I'd have to unwrap the wires to find the connection, and I actually have to find the lights, my spare lights, to put it on. And I just don't feel this time of year. Temperature's nice. I can work in these temperatures. It's not below freezing, so it's it's. The biggest issue I have is holding onto cold tools. If it's below freezing and you're holding that steel, it's just not a pleasant experience for me. But it's not that much of an issue right now. That sounded like a weather alert. Nope. I just got a notice I spent $2.07 at Timmy's. A little delayed. I don't know what it is about this phone. For some reason it doesn't work on data. I've got everything turned on, because if we lose the power or internet, we lost the internet the other day when the US had the flights grounded. We lost our internet at that same time. So how are those two connected? But either way, I lost the internet, and it was out from like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. So it was out for 3 hours. And normally when that happens, I don't have data on my computer, obviously. So I grab my phone and I look to see if the internet's down, or if it's just us, we have a specific problem in our area, or anything. And I can't connect. I've got data turned on for Google. I've got data turned on completely. And I think there's 3 different places where I have to set data for usage. And for whatever reason, I've never had this problem until I got this phone. It will not work on data. So basically the only thing that's really working for me is text. because I can't send or receive pictures through text if I don't have the data turned on. That's the only thing it works for. It won't work with any of the apps. I don't understand why. So I had no idea what was going on. I wasn't using the internet at that time anyways. Trying to remember how I discovered the internet was off. I remember. I got a couple emails while I was working on the computer. And I finished what I was doing. And I went to check the emails and they wouldn't load. That's how I discovered the internet wasn't working. So last time it was out, there were power lines down out of town somewhere. Glenannon Road, I believe it was. Fire department responded to it. It wasn't weather related. It wasn't windy that night. It wasn't blustery, snowing or anything. It wasn't a car accident. Just power lines down. So I have no idea what caused it. But during that time, our internet was off. I wasn't using the internet at that time. Ken actually asked me. And so I couldn't check because data won't work. I couldn't even get the phone number for Eastlink to call and find out what's going on. So Ken used his phone to get the phone number for me. I have it now. I have a screen capture. So it's in my phone. I don't have to actually search for it. But I can't check to see what's going on. And normally, like during the summer, if we have a storm or something and our power goes out, I go onto the Hydro One website and check the outage map, and it shows where the power outages are around us. I can't even do that now. So, does it give me an idea of how big of an area the power's off, right? So I can't do that. It really sucks. But now I've kind of lost my point. How I started talking about that. Now I remember. Normally when I buy something with my card, I get that notice right away. And like I say, I did that first. I went straight to Timmy's, grabbed my copy, then I went for my tour, and when I sit here at this particular spot, I sort of get the Wi-Fi. Very, very little of it. And sometimes my apps work, sometimes they don't. Even if I have data turned on, it doesn't make any difference. I need that Wi-Fi signal to check the radar and get notifications. As soon as I come home, I get a bunch of emails and stuff. If I drive by the front of the house, I'll get them. Once I get in here, I'll get them. But normally, that particular app that tells me when my card was used, I get that notice right away. So that doesn't even seem to be working on data now. So I don't get it. I don't understand. Just this phone. I've never had that issue until I got this phone. So I don't know what's up with that. But so I went for my nice drive, and I got up to my off-road spot, sat there in the dark. I was getting rained on at that time anyways because I was parked under a tree. It was dripping all over me. So I didn't even notice it was raining at that point. But I went for a little bit of a walk in the dark, and it was enjoyable. And it kind of... I'm getting the desire, not just from this, but I'm getting the desire to go for walks again. And I did that, if you remember, I did that last spring. And it was enjoyable, but one night I wanted to keep going, and I just kind of overdid it. And I wrecked myself. So I'm kind of worried about doing that again, because I tend to do that. I don't want to go back yet. I just kind of push things too far. I've always done that. But I'm kind of getting the desire to start doing that again. But if I do that, I gotta get better footwear. I can't walk very far in my winter boots. They're just not meant for walking any kind of distance, that's for sure. But I kind of need new shoes anyways. The only ones I have that have good soles in them, the sole's coming off. So they're really not all that great for walking in anyways. And the shoes that I normally wear in the summer. They're flat soled. They're like board shoes. I just bought them because they were cheap and expensive, and they have elastic laces. So I don't need to untie them to take them off or tie them up to put them on, which is kind of a requirement for me, because bending down or squatting down to put my shoes on makes it really difficult for me to get back up again. So I tend to go with easy on, easy off shoes for that particular purpose. Just one less thing that wears me out before I come out. The biggest thing I got now is this heavy winter coat. By the time I get it on, it's taking all my energy. So if I'm gonna try walking again, gotta get new shoes. But I kind of want new shoes anyways. Something that's comfortable with a nice soft sole, arch support, and stuff like that. Which none of my shoes really have arch support in them right now because, well, like I say, my main shoes are board shoes. They're not really meant for walking. They're meant for skateboarding. So I guess I'm gonna do that. Once I get this check, like I say, I don't know how much the amount is. I don't want to know. I want it to be a surprise, but I'm sure it's going to cover a pair of shoes. I have no doubt about that. And we'll just kind of go from there, I guess. As far as replacing the charger, I got looking at other ones. I started looking at higher prices, and none of them really have great reviews on them, for the ones that are sold on Amazon. Oh, another thing too is the 3-prong plug, XLR plug that comes with them. It tells you it's got negative, positive, and the center pin is empty. So it doesn't ground the grounding pin, and that was one of the complaints that people were saying. You can actually move the scooter with it plugged in. That's not good. That's a safety issue. That's the purpose of having that third pin. It grounds that third pin, the grounding pin, and that tells the scooter it's being charged. Do not move, right? So apparently that's not grounded. And a couple of them said they had to take the plug apart and do that themselves. So that wasn't, it's not an issue for me, because I know it's plugged in anyways. But, you know, that is kind of a safety issue. So, I don't know if that's a way they save money or something. You know, one less piece of wire and one less thing to solder, I don't know. But apparently that third pin is empty. And that was one of the complaints. So I couldn't find anything really suitable that, you know, has good reviews on it. Like this DS950's charger, it's, what, 8-9 years old now, and it's still going. I had to fix it a couple times, but, you know, it's still going. It's reliable. So what I decided to do, I took a picture of it tonight to get the brand name. So Neil, I've never heard of that one. So Neil, what's your opinion on this, right? So I'm gonna see if I can find that particular brand and see what Amazon offers for that, if that brand's even on there, because I got it through my dealer, Medichair, which is now Mediox, many moons ago, and I don't want to get one from a dealer because the price is just going to be too much, and I'm not having any luck with the Monsters dealer. I sent the other one back and I told him, I says, I need this other charger. If it costs more, I'll pay the difference. And I hadn't heard anything, and the last time I talked to him, I asked him about it, and he said they aren't available yet. They're on a shipping container somewhere or something like that. And he couldn't remember the reason why I sent the charger back that he gave me. It didn't work. Well, at least didn't work for the Monster. It might work. That's why I don't want a smart charger, because smart chargers don't like the Monster. The conditions have to be absolutely perfect. And I have a feeling whatever the issue is with my lights is what's triggering the charger to say, no, this ain't working, there's a problem here. I don't agree with that. It's stupid. If your scooter has a problem, you can't charge it. Like, it's the way it's set up is just so dumb. So I want a charger that's not a smart charger. something to plug it in, it sees contact with the batteries and charges. That's all I need. So that's why I want this one, but I just haven't heard anything, so I said screw it, I'm just gonna get one of my own on my own. So that's why I went with the cheap one from Amazon, which was a mistake. So if I can't find anything, I'm gonna call up the ES950's dealer and see what he's gonna charge for it, and they'll bring it to me. I'm pretty sure I'll have to pay for them to bring it to me. So if it's not too much money, hopefully. If not, can you just mail it? I can wait. It's not an emergency. It's just right now that old charger is the only one that's working for me. And it's not that I don't trust it. It's old. I don't know how much longer it's going to keep working. I need to have something as a backup. So, because it gets used, well, not every day right now, but in the summer every day. And it's really hot in this garage. That's why I want one with a cooling fan in it. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. See if I can find something on Amazon first, and if not, then I'll have to go that route. But we'll see. If I can find this brand name on Amazon, I'm definitely going to check the reviews. I normally do that. I don't know why I didn't with that. Maybe I was just so excited I found one that price, so cheap. And cheap being, inexpensive, not cheap being quality, which it turned out to be. But I don't know. Higher price doesn't always mean higher quality. So I just gotta see what the rate is. Holy crap! Heart attack time. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna double check just to be sure. I don't know. Okay, you can't see. That was a lid of a falling off a garbage can. I don't know if the camera can see that or not. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to check the video later. One of the fears I have when I go out for a night tour is an animal coming into the garage while I'm out. And strangely, the reason that freaked me out, because that sounded like someone slamming the door open. That's what freaked me out. I thought someone was coming in. But then I saw the lid off the garbage can. It's leaned up against my snowblower, and Zach, they did a dump run. Zach took all his garbage out, and that garbage can kind of got pushed up against the snowblower, and the lid was kind of not centered on it. I think it just finally decided to fall off. But I'm thinking, if there's an animal in here that just decided to jump over it and knock that down, that's what I got up to check, to see if there's a critter over here. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll check the video, see if something jumped over it or whatever. But I'm not even sure if the camera can see it. It's probably just below where the camera can see. I don't know which side. But either way, it scared the crap out of me. So I got a whole bunch of little bags of garbage out here that I brought out. I don't have, since I took out my garbage and recycling, I haven't replaced the bags yet, so everything's just kind of hanging out. So I'm going to do that before I go. And that's one of the other reasons I come out tonight. I had some garbage I wanted to bring out. And I don't know why I don't do that. I don't do that in the daytime. I don't get it. Just say normally my hands are too full to really bring anything out with me, but it's, I don't bring anything else out in the daytime that I do at night. So, I don't know. I don't know. don't want to deal with it. Start a new bag of garbage, start a new bag of recycling. And get rid of all these little bags that are hanging out. I'm imagining hearing things now. That really freaked me out. Like I said, it sounded like I can see the door. This side, I can see the door. So, but my eyes are blurry vision here. I don't have my glasses on, and the display screen is really small off in the distance. And like I say, right now I'm looking like a cartoon in that display. But I don't know. It sounded like somebody body slammed the door trying to, coming in really quickly. That's just what freaked me out. So anyway, I will see what I can do with the charger, and I'm surprised I remember what I was talking about after that. And like I say, if I can't find something suitable, then I'll call up the dealer, the ES950 dealer. They're in Godrich, they're not far away. And see what they can do for me. And I'll just kind of go from there. I'll let you know either way. I don't know when I'll be doing that. I woke up kind of late today. I woke up at like 3 o'clock, which is really late considering how long I've been, or how early I've normally been getting up. Cat's been waking me up before noon. Well, that didn't happen today. He woke me up just after 3. I said, oh, it's too early, but I'm not ready to get up yet. And then I noticed the time. Oh, okay. I guess it's not too early. But, we'll see what happens. Well, I guess that's all I want to talk about. I don't really have anything else to cover. Just those 2 topics. Check's being resent, and the charger's been sent back. So, I guess that's it. So, I will show my tour now. Hopefully the quality is good enough to actually make use of it.
you.